Over the last 10 weeks, we have opened up our doors, our hearts, and given you a warts and all behind the scenes intro into what ISR goes through every single day. So buckle up, sit back, vlog number 10 is here. Can you want me to look at the camera or look at you?
You don't contact me, I contact you.
Remove procrastination, increase productivity.
Are we wanting Steve mics at the same time? You don't want to flip too early.
Listen to you.
First person to put a business card in my hand is going to
Happy birthday to you.
My mindset is also like free because of the
Practical tools that you'll be able to take back into your own.
I find that 2 or 3 days in a row we've been routinely, I'm just going to shake something up, change the way the desks are set up, change the places that you sit, change the working hours.
So we're just here in a bit of a secret location.
June goes to ISR Family.
Hi, my name is Kitsy.
It is Shark Tank Day.
Hey!
On the link below, up, down, either side of it.
Can your sales staff, can they listen to you in one ear and listen to the consumer in the other?
So I was over here talking, feeding it to Michael, and then he was delivering it over here. There is a bit of an art to it. It takes a bit of repetition as well.
Oh wow, okay, cool. Nice.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was good. It was, we've done a lot, hey. We've done more than I actually realised.
Yeah.
I think you've progressed.
What was the process leading up to the moment? You know, hey, let's try this vlog. You know,
I liked the idea, and I wish we'd have done it so people could have seen the true journey to where we've got now. I wish we'd done it from day one. It would have been really interesting to watch what me and Jack did. And I think they know what we did day one to now. If you'd have seen us sitting on my dining room table with big A3 pieces of paper and just brainstorming, and then actually getting an office, dialing the phone, sending out ads, being the cleaner, being the receptionist, being the admin. And if we've done that in 4 years, now we're surrounded by the people that we are surrounded by. What are we going to do in the next 4 years? And that's going to be an exciting journey to watch.
Yeah.
What I wasn't trying to do was to tell them that we have a flashy lifestyle and that we've got a big office and live in nice houses and drive fast cars. That was never the purpose of this.
Yeah.
The purpose was to show people what true entrepreneurship is, which is blood, sweat and tears, and it's long hours and it's full commitment through all things, the good and the bad, you know, the wins and the lessons that come in entrepreneurship.
Okay, we keep getting asked questions like how are you balancing everything? How are you juggling? I think it's well documented. I've got 3 businesses, including this, and obviously the real estate one with Jack as well. I'm not the smartest bloke here by a long way, but I've got really good disciplines and really good habits. So I want to prove to people that you can do it too. If you put your mind to it and you truly commit to something, that you can actually take the same steps that we've taken and achieve what we've achieved, or if not more.
Now I'm going to answer this question like a politician. I think the answer to that is no. No, you cannot be too transparent. By full exposure, you give somebody a crystal clear understanding of what you are offering them, and then they can make an effective decision on whether they wish to take advantage of your offering. What I would say is I believe you can expose yourself in the wrong circumstances or at the wrong times. If I'm wanting to know ISR training, they're my sales coaches, they're the people that are going to take me to a new level, and then you cut to 10 minutes before a morning meeting where everybody's eating their bacon and egg sandwich and a coffee, like, does that serve relevance?
Almost to elaborate on that, and it's what we teach. You got your 300% rule. Every single word that leaves your mouth, every single frame that leaves your camera or your computer has to add value to the end user. So right now, is seeing us have breakfast in the morning, is it adding true value to the end user?
So you're taking 60 hours and putting it into 5 minutes. And if within that 60 hours, there was a focus time on eating a brekkie, do you get where I'm coming from? It's like, wow, what the hell happens in those other 59 hours and 55 minutes, right? The contrary to that is things like the golf. I think the golf made about 25 seconds on the video, and it showed us being real and taking something outside of our work and enjoying social time together. Well, that teaches me something, because what it teaches me as a business owner is culture is king, and I need to create social events as well.
I'm a bit of an OCD freak and a bit of a control freak, maybe at the best of times. So wanting perfection initially, and I think I look back at the first vlog. It was at a time where we were making renovations within the office, and we were upgrading desks and computer systems and LMS and internets and all of that. And it was a bit messy, and I was a little bit concerned that does that look good to the consumer? Does that look good to the end user? But the reality is that's what businesses go through when they go through such a fast growth phase.
For me, the highlights, for me, they're obvious. I guess they're pinnacle milestones in your career, which is when your investors come into your office for the first time. So with Glenn Richards and with Steve Baxter, I think they were on back-to-back episodes, or they might have had a couple of episodes between them. But those guys coming in, getting infected by the energy of our office, in one of their two circumstances, seeming like they actually didn't want to leave. They wanted to be a part of this. They just wanted to roll their sleeves up and get involved.
Yeah, Steve was like, are they always this energetic in here? And it was like,
yeah.
They are, yes. The first one, I think, is always going to be a highlight because it's something we haven't done before. So I remember sitting around here as a team and watching it, and from a personal perspective, it captured a moment that was a great memory for me, was flying back to the UK, surprising my mum for her 60th birthday. Like, to have that on camera is just pretty cool.
I just live now like the camera's on, and I think that's a great thing. Because look, in life we go from 100% to 90 to 80, and we work our way back up depending on the motivation we have at that one given moment. But yeah, it's forced me to have a higher internal standard and be at 100% all day, every day, because I never know when the camera's going to be there.
Just on the Big Brother terminology there as well, it's interesting. We spoke about this a few weeks ago, that to live your life as though the one person that could change your life is always watching. You're always representing your own individual brands. I've kind of lived my life by default like that for a long time. I'm one of those weird people that's never had a cigarette, never done any drugs or anything like that. It's worked out well for me because at the right time, at the right moment, I've met that person that said, I have been watching for the last few months. I've been seeing how you conduct yourself, and now I'm ready to do business with you. I've got an opportunity for you. So you just never know.
You think this is going to be more popular for corporations to start doing vlogs and showing their day-to-day life?
I think it already is. There's a desire for transparencies from companies or from the consumer towards the companies. Like we live in a cynical world. We live in a skeptical world more than ever before. We live in the most educated consumer generation ever. So they know more about us, but they also know more about our competition. So if they're toing and froing between us, where they can see behind the scenes, they can see exactly what we do on a day-to-day basis. They can see that Ryan's married, he's got a baby on the way, he's got a little dog that he takes down to the park every night. Do you know what I mean? Am I going to lean towards more that person, or sales training 101 who I've never met and I don't know anything about them? In my opinion, I feel like they're going to lean towards the people that are a bit more relatable. So yeah, I think it's going to take off even more so.
Yeah, a vast majority of the videos that I'll find myself watching are filmed with a mobile phone in the back of a car somewhere where somebody is just casting an opinion. And as long as that opinion is one that holds validity and holds substance to me as the audience, I couldn't care less how it's been filmed.
We're in such a fortunate position. Like, we don't need all fancy gadgets. Like, I was filming that on my Samsung. Like, I'm sending it direct into a group to you, and then you do whatever you do behind the scenes. And the same when I was in Dubai, so on and so forth. So there's nothing really stopping companies doing this. You've got free software on iMovie and whatever else. Yeah, you can get as fancy as you want, but it's just about staying ahead, I think. Innovating. There's going to be different forms of vlog. There'll be something new that comes out that virtual reality. I know Pixie's very keen on virtual reality, putting us on a stage in Vancouver, and we just holograms.
VR and AI are going to be huge moving forward, but I think sometimes innovators try to be one step ahead of the trend, which can be powerful in brand perspectives, but not always in output. I think sometimes you're so busy focusing on the next trend that you're forgetting that you're at a peak right now. And I look at this when some of our audience may know that I trade regularly. I trade a lot of shares and CFDs, and I often, like right now, it's inevitable that we're about to have a market equalization. We're in the second longest bull in history. When the stock market started in the mid 1600s in New Amsterdam, which is now known as New York, the first ever commodity you could trade was a tulip, believe it or not. But now that market across a period of 350 years has grown and evolved, we're in the second biggest bull that's ever existed. So that's a temperamental, volatile time. But does that mean we should all batten down the hatches? Well, no. As a matter of fact, when you look at most analytical trends, it's the last 6 months of the bull where you get the most upside. So now's the time to be in the market, but it's also the time to start taking preservations to understand how am I going to short the market so that I can stay profitable on the way down.
Yeah, I spoke to a gentleman this morning, bless him, been in business for 51 years, openly admitted that he hasn't kept up to the market, and he's getting left behind by younger, more innovative, faster paced individuals that have got nowhere near the talent that he has, but they're up to speed with digital, and they've got convenience over his quality, and that's what the consumer demands, and he's going under because of it, and it's hard to hear, but you got to keep up.
Business in 2018 is not about big versus small, it's about fast versus slow. Steve Baxter would tell you execution is everything. I've got a friend of mine called Craig Finn, God bless you Craig if you're watching this, but he has a Friday topic, and that Friday topic might be, what was your favourite rock album from the 90s, or it might be what's your favourite movie involving this actor, or whatever it might be. And all of a sudden he starts conversations that get hundreds and hundreds of people every Friday engaged, debating, discussing, going, oh God, I forgot that one, that's a cracker, or oh, really? God, I switched that off in 10 minutes. And what you get to see is diversification of opinions, but it's coming from a positive place. It's engaging communication and conversation within an audience, which some people don't have. They don't have a close-knit social circle. They don't have strong relationships in their workplace, and they're yearning for somewhere to have an outlet to share opinions and to compare and contrast with other like-minded people. So the milestone for me is the first video, the first vlog that has over 100 unique people that comment on it. That's when I think we've, for me, have ticked the box, and this has served its purpose. Until then, we're still working our way to the position we need to be in.